Colonel Blimp, real name unknown, made his first appearance in a two-parter published across Batman 252 and Detective Comics 519 in 1982. The story was written by Gerry Conway and Paul Kupperberg and penciled by Don Newton. In it, we meet a new strange criminal calling himself Colonel Blimp. This eccentric weirdo commandeers a powerful zeppelin and leads an army of faithful goons. With the use of his giant blimp, the colonel hijacks a submarine straight out of the Atlantic Ocean. Later, Blimp's dirigible of doom shows up in Gotham City, stealing a Navy battleship right out of Gotham Bay. The Batman is naturally on the case and boards the massive airship. The colonel's loyal army managed to fend him off, however, and Batman is left to lick his wounds. Soon, Blimp sends an unmanned zeppelin hovering over Washington, D.C., delivering a recorded message to the capital. Unless he's paid $10 million, the US government will never see the submarine or battleship ever again, nor their respective crews. After doing some detective work, the world's greatest detective is able to deduce the Blimp's location. He sends Robin to free the crews of the sea vessels, while he himself confronts the colonel. During said confrontation, we finally discover Blimp's motivation. It wasn't really the ransom money he was after, that was only the cherry on the cake. Blimp's true goal was revenge. Revenge on the Navy for destroying his father's life. You see, Blimp's father was a Navy man himself who dedicated his entire career on the Zeppelin project during the 1950s. The Navy eventually scrapped this project though, ruining his father's dream and reputation. After hearing this sob story, Batman responds with a knuckle sandwich. Colonel Blimp was subsequently hauled off to prison, or maybe Arkham. We never found out. We didn't see the character again for a very long time. He was completely absent during the entire post-crisis era and the New 52. He did finally show up a few years ago though, in 2016, making a small cameo appearance in Batman Volume 3, Issue 6. The Colonel appears in the opening of the issue, once again demanding millions of dollars for a hijacked submarine. Gotham Girl easily kicks his ass though and dismantles his entire operation without breaking a sweat. So far, these are all the appearances the character has made. So Colonel Blimp is apparently a classic cartoon strip character in Britain, a stereotypical British army officer. You'd think Batman's Colonel Blimp, having the same name, would be based off of him, and according to some sources, he is. But I don't see any similarities, they simply share the same name. Colonel Blimp is also not the first Batman villain to use blimps. Carl Kruger, appearing in Detective Comics 33 in 1939, also employed a giant zeppelin. According to some sources, the Colonel is a reimagining of Kruger, but I don't really see it. The two have nothing in common, except for their blimps. Completely different motivations, goals, visual designs, and personalities. Anyway, so what of this Colonel Blimp? What do I think of him? I have to say, I kinda like and dislike him. He's got interesting and sympathetic motivations, and his gimmick of heisting massive ships from out of the sea with a zeppelin is pretty awesome. But nevertheless, I'm still not quite feeling Colonel Blimp. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the fact the 1982 story tries to play him straight, when in fact he is a pretty silly concept. I think it would have worked better if this guy appeared in a comedic comic and was played up for laughs. I don't mean portrayed as a loser like he was in a 2016 comic, I mean a funny yet still dangerous villain. He would have worked really well in the 60s Batman TV show. Another thing I don't like is the color of his outfit. The uniform itself is fine, but really? Pink? Why the hell did they make him pink? Any color would have been better, preferably either blue or red. I mean, you can't ask us to take this guy seriously when he dresses in a pink Navy officer uniform. Kinda makes me think of Colonel Gum from the 60s Batman TV show. They're both pink and colonels. Is there a relation there? Anyway, like I said, Blimp would have been perfect for that show. We could have gotten a team up with the pink colonels. So let me know in the comments what you think of this guy, that is, if you even knew he existed. And as always, remember, Arkham Asylum awaits you in the next video.